Hi, my name is Peggy Schul, and this video is being made for my group dynamics class. After much preparation, including the assignment of roles for co-leaders and volunteers, decision on membership, location, times, and dates, including the purchase of material, the day had finally come for our first group meeting. Before beginning, all leaders and volunteers stood in a circle, and Barbara led us in prayer, inviting God's presence to fill the room, give us wisdom, and have his way with each member. The group is a closed group with a highly structured, task-oriented leadership style, meaning that the group's concentration will be on work and goals. The group convened on July 25th from 6:30 to 9 p.m. The group met at my Saylorsburg, PA office, chosen for its spaciousness, which includes 3 rooms, a kitchen, a living room, and an office. The kitchen serves as our fellowship hall and dining area. The living room fosters a very homey space with a fireplace and 2 couches. The office is suitable for meetings. The group will meet for 10 weeks on Friday nights. The group is $25 per person, which covers the cost of materials. This is an initial session, or a Topman stage of forming, where members get to know the leaders and establish initial relationships. At precisely 6:30 p.m., all of the 10 members, Kiana, Leslie, Melanie, Adele, Violet, Cynthia, Dawn, Kelly, Daisy, and Robin, were all invited to join us, if desired, for a weekly prepared meal. After the meal, leaders led the attendees into the meeting group adjacent to the kitchen. At 7:30, Tracy asked the members to join hands in prayer. After prayer, I felt it necessary for the group to get to know their leaders and volunteers. Our aim was for them to feel safe, respected, listened to. Sharing a brief, each leader introduced themselves, sharing a brief background and explaining why did they believe this group was so important. To demonstrate active listening, we invited each member to introduce themselves and give a short reason why they felt they needed to join a self-esteem group and just some goals they wanted to accomplish. To show respect for the members' sharing, we did not rush this portion since it was the beginning of the group. The next step was deciding on a group name. Each member voiced their ideas, and the majority decided on the Confidence Circle. Our next important step was to form our norms. Tracy led this portion, and the group decided on both prescriptive and proscriptive norms. The proscriptive norms were no gossip, no interruptions while members were speaking, no yelling or causing any conflict between members. The prescriptive norms were showing respect for one another, no critical attitudes, encouraging open communication, allowing each member to feel safe when sharing. Punctuality was major. And lastly, honesty. I then explained to the group the expectations that will be required for them to make this group successful. I handed out the reading books, workbooks, devotions, and journals. I told the group the 5 topics that we will be covering for 10 weeks from our self-esteem book is to know yourself, care for yourself, respect yourself, accept yourself, and finally, the most important thing is to love yourself. Instructions for the journal were to write down their feelings for the day 15 minutes before they go to bed. Devotions were to be done in the morning, and homework has to be completed before attending the next meeting. There are 3 sections of the group: check-in, middle, and lastly, group activities and prayer requests. We only had time for 1 activity and chose the emotion game. Members were to write down any emotion that came to their mind, regardless of whether they were feeling it or not. Then they laid them on the floor, and each member picked a card and chose to share why they chose this particular card. Members seemed to be having fun sharing their feelings. In closing at 8:30, each member was asked one word that described how they felt in the first session. Some of the answers were happy, safe, comfortable, nervous. It was now time for snacks and fellowship until 9 p.m. A personal observation. As I observed the first day of the group, I could see several implementations gained from my readings. One in particular was an effective leader is someone who delegates tasks based on individual strengths. My co-leaders and volunteers were handpicked for their strengths, their skills, and the cohesion between all of us, which created an interdependence where all members worked together to complete the tasks. Lastly, I did see a display of coordinated interaction, not only from leaders, but the team members as well. As they created a name and norms for the group, they all worked together for a common goal. I believe my co-leaders and volunteers not only did a fantastic job during the meeting, but will do so in future meetings. To improve my leadership skills, I need to focus on and understand different leadership styles. Forming the group on a task-oriented style left no room for tending to the contentment, encouragement, and well-being of the group members. I need to seek out feedback from the group and develop the ability to enhance my emotional intelligence to understand better what the group needs. Thank you.